Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the atmosphere structure of our world around us, and this time we will talk about the phenomenon. I would call it, maybe someone else call it exactly this way, but I would call it safetism, because it's all about safety. Actually, the imaginary concept of absolute safety that recently, due to the social and technological changes, was developed in the minds of many people. I mean, we saw the manifestation of this safetism together with sanitarism these two things go together during the problems with the small Chinese friends in the years 2020 2022. uh, and we saw that many people even demand from the state, different organizations like WHO or different corporations to do something to ensure their safety. Safety, they mean something in a, I would say, fantastic imaginary term, because these people think that seemingly they would live forever, they would never be sick, they would never suffer. But to achieve this goal, they need to be supported and guided by the state or big organizations or corporations, and they demand it. It's typical disconnection of people who were living for very long in a very huge prosperity and didn't have to interact with real world and real needs of human life and real problems that one always encounters when one needs to live on his or her own. And the governments we see, and the ones that are more hidden, big corporations, as we saw in last years, started using this social change, this infantilization and really disconnection with reality that is present in the minds of many people spoiled by prosperity and technology. These organizations like governments and corporations and international organizations started using this social phenomenon to achieve their goals. So as we see, they really make people scared with something, make people afraid of something, and later they offer solutions like different medicaments or things that are regarded as medicaments, different solutions, of course always restrictions of personal freedom, this way or that way, because we need to sacrifice something for safety. We remember this bullshit statement we were fed for a long time, that we will save one life, but by closing entire economy we will of course slaughter all country and make millions of people bankrupt. But it doesn't matter, we will save one life because no one will get sick. Of course, people who was supposed to get sick, who got sick, who was supposed to suffer because of this suffered, who was supposed to die because of it died, and nothing can be done. But despite these obvious truths, this stupid ideology of safetism, so that we can sacrifice everything, sacrifice our freedoms, our possibility of doing things how we want, our way of living. I was searching for the term, our way of living, our habits we are used to for so long, that we can sacrifice everything in the name of safety that in theory will be brought to us by government or corporations and so on. Of course, it doesn't work this way. The only thing that governments and corporations were able to offer us was nothing more than a set of huge restrictions of our privacy, restrictions of our mobility, restrictions of our choices, restrictions of even amount of things we can eat, or restrictions of the goods we had access to. This is the only thing that state and corporations can offer us in the name of safety. They can offer us to ensure more safety. So this is, in my opinion, that the fact that many people follow into this pit is the reason of existence for few generations already, about 3-4 generations. In some places, welfare state, because many people started to believe that state will take care of them, that government is a friend, government's role is taking care of people, fixing their problems, arranging their lives, and so on and so on and so on. Of course, it's opposite, because, as I'm always saying, quoting one of the best Polish civilizational theorists, comparable with Mr. Toynbee and Spengler, Felix Konieczny, what's the goal of the government? The goal of the government is staying in power. Is not even ruling, staying in power, keeping the power. A translation of these terms he used can be staying in power or keeping the power, what means the same. So we see that the main, I would say, function of the government, whatever it is, the one that we see and the one that we don't see, that is behind the one that we see, is only one thing: keeping the power. And they will do everything not to lose the power, because of course everything what they have comes from the fact that these people have this power they have. That's why they will do everything, deceive, destroy, or simply manipulate others to keep this power as long as possible. And this is their only goal. Once we understand it, the huge amount of people understands it, we will see what we need to do. We need to press the governments not to hurt us and to do what we want them to do. But to do it, we need to be very well aware and very well organized, and we need to reach critical mass of people, which is needed to suppress these ruling organizations properly and effectively. So this is what I wanted to say, that this safetism, it's another weapon the people who are ruling the world will use against us. Last years we were tormented with very dangerous small Chinese friend microbe. Nowadays in many places they want to scare people with possibility of having an invasion, a war within few years. So you will have a war, so you need to agree the for this and this and that, for the limitation of using of cash, for the digital IDs, for the digital currencies, other stuff, blah 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 blah. So we see that using the sense of fear and sense of threat, ruling people want to push many bills through that simply limit our freedom, but for sure will not give us safety, because their only goal is to keep the power. All the best, have a nice day, bye.